Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Focusing in on the topic of healing when it comes to working through narcissistic or psychopathic abuse. Really, healing is a be state. It's not necessarily a do state. Really, when people are recovering from narcissistic abuse, chances are so many of their behaviors, thoughts, activities, their sort of identity of themselves is caught up into a lot of activities, and they feel like, how do I heal? What can I do to heal? A lot of the behaviors and behavioral changes that you need to engage in are quite proactive and need to really require some effort in the beginning, but realize that some of the most important accomplishments to healing is going to come or arrive from a be state. Remember, we're human beings and not human doings. So, but what I mean by a be state is essentially really working on, focusing on, and getting into really almost like a meditative experience where you are experiencing yourself as an independent and individual person. A person who exists in and of their own right, with their own identity, their own feelings, their own needs, their own beliefs, and their own belief in themselves. And these can be oftentimes found to be contrary, opposing to, or even conflicting with the values, beliefs, and behaviors of the narcissist. So this is really one of the first experiences of personal growth, is that experience, that feeling, that be state, and that emotion, which is separate from the abuser. It's very important to experience this and work towards experiencing this in a more and more clear manner day by day. Remember that healing is a process, and it's going to take continual effort, continual focus, and reminding yourself of who you are is a wonderful and magnificent person in and of your own right. Separate from and really separate and away from the abuse of the narcissist. So when I say separate, meaning you have a self-concept, a experience in life which is different, and really your truth, your own individual identity, and identification with people who really acknowledge and embrace that reality within you. So this is very much what I call a be state. So if you're struggling with hard times from separating from narcissistic abuse, be it in a relationship, be it in a family, realize that you need to really work on being on your own, being independent, being quote-unquote alone, but not isolated. And this is oftentimes a struggle. It's very difficult work for those who are coming out of a narcissist relationship, or really as almost like a whiplash or response to all of the negative mirroring and negative validation that you have experienced as being part of a relationship with an abusive person, a toxic person, that negative validation. So you need to remove that, if you will, from your mindset. Remove that from your subconscious. Remove that from your operating manual, if you so to speak, when we talk about how the negative projections from the narcissist in your life has created this low self-esteem, this brainwashing, this gaslighting, and those repetitive flashbacks, and those shame-based experiences of oneself, which are not true. And so if you've felt that way, realize that these feelings have been instilled in you from the erroneous and messages of a narcissist, which are not true. They're really not based in reality, but they're coming more from a wounded person who is projecting these onto you to serve their needs and their needs alone. So realize that you need to let them go, and let go of all those negative inputs, all those negative and erroneous messages that they instilled in you, and let them go. Let them go and no longer allow them to be part of your internal operating system, your internal belief about yourself. Realize that they were so based in an unreality and coming from a wounded person, and they're not the real you, they're not the true you whatsoever. And as you can do this and experience this and feel this in your body, you're going to be getting closer and closer to healing and being your authentic self, your best self, and really being able to operate without the intrinsic pain and self-reproach and criticism that has so hurt and wounded you for much of your life. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.